Thank you. We will start with the pledge. Welcome to the Rockwood Board of Education meeting. Before we begin, we would like to extend our condolences to the family, friends, students, staff, and everyone who knew and loved Eureka High School junior Austin Terrell, who passed away suddenly last week. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with you all. Let's take a moment, please. Thank you. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct the business of the district, hear reports about our progress, and listen to the community on important issues. We want to remind all of our visitors that we expect the audience to remain civil and respectful at all times as the board conducts its business. We appreciate your cooperation and that you took the time to attend tonight's meeting. First order of business is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please signify your approval by yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? The motion carries. 4.03. Approval of Board of Education meeting minutes for September 19th, 2024. The motion is to approve the Board of Education meeting minutes for September 19th, 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by yes.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Next is the approval of the tax rate hearing meeting minutes. The motion is to approve the Board of Education tax rate hearing meeting minutes for September 26, 2024.
So moved.
Discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? That motion passes. We do not have any patron comments tonight, but we probably do have board and superintendent board comments.
Thank you, President Midyett. The Rockwood School District is the #3 school district in the state of Missouri, according to Niche.com's 2025 rankings. Niche, a website that helps families discover schools and neighborhoods, bases this ranking on a number of factors, including academics, teachers, college prep, administration, culture, diversity, parent-student surveys, resources, facilities, clubs, activities, and sports. As a district, Rockwood received an A+ grade from the site, ranked in the top 1% of the 459 districts surveyed in the state, and in the top 3% of Niche's national rankings, which polled nearly 11,000 districts nationwide. Congratulations to all the students and staff members, families, and stakeholders who continue to make the Rockwood School District such an outstanding place to learn and grow. That deserves a round of applause. Rockwood is seeking input from all patrons, that's students, parents, employees, and community members, to help shape the district's next 5-year strategic plan. The district has scheduled 4 community engagement meetings to help inform patrons and provide a platform for feedback to set positive goals, define priorities, and to determine the promise that we want to make to our students, our staff, families, and community. All members of the Rockwood community are invited and encouraged to attend. These will be structured, results-focused sessions where attendees will work together to reach a consensus on the topics and questions presented. We held our first meeting, which was centered on nurturing learning, at Rockwood Summit High School this past Tuesday and enjoyed a night of positive and constructive discussion about the future of Rockwood. Our next meeting will be focused on the theme of fiscal responsibility, and that will be held at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, November 12th. It will be in Eureka High School's library, and we hope to see you there. Each fall, our Rockwood School District schools showcase their community spirit through a variety of activities, including parades and homecoming week events. These special occasions, including celebrate Wildwood, Eureka Days, and homecoming weeks at all 4 of our high schools, give students, staff, families, and community members all across our 150.6 square miles the chance to highlight some of the very, very unique and special things that make Rockwood such a very, very special place. Thank you to everyone who put in the time and the effort to help make these events so very positive and memorable for all that experience them. And finally, tonight, I want to share the latest edition of our Faces of Rockwood. It's a staff video series. In honor of National Principals Month, we have the opportunity to hear from Corey Luchak, who is the principal of Eureka Elementary School. She truly treasures the opportunity to make a positive impact on her school's students, staff, and families. We are very, very, very fortunate to have outstanding principals in the Rockwood School District, and we thank each and every one of them for their vision, their dedication, professionalism, and determination that provides the mobilization and the leadership that is necessary for our students to achieve. Let's watch a video.
Oh, thank you. Oh, he was just asking me some questions about how awesome you guys are. So I said, really awesome. All right. Bye, Parker. Oh, thanks. Being at an elementary school just is the best way to feel good about yourself on any given day. Sometimes you have those real rough days on the way in, and the minute that I get here, that feeling, that celebrity feeling with a kid's hug, high five, love, it is an automatic pick-me-up. It just fills my heart, and I feel so lucky to be at an elementary school to receive that on a daily basis. What are you guys going to play today at recess?
We're going to play. What about
School?
It's like a
Who's going to be the principal? You are? But you know, principals aren't the only ones that run the schools, right? They need lots and lots of other people to help out.
I'm a teacher.
So you're going to be a teacher. Okay, that's good.
I'm an assistant teacher.
Assistant teacher. Okay, what about a secretary? We need somebody to answer all the phones and help let all the people in. I love that every single day is different about my job. I make great lists. I'm a list maker. Every night I make it. I know exactly what I'm going to do the next day. And usually the first thing I do with that list is kind of just toss it in the trash when I come in. But I absolutely love that it's just a response to something different, and that I have the great opportunity to work with both students and staff and parents. Getting to work with, closely with all 3 of those groups is just an absolute pleasure every day. I spent the first 15 years of my career in education as an art teacher, and I absolutely loved it. I love creating things, and I also love creative problem solving. I loved teaching all the ages of kids that I had, but I was still kind of constrained to being within my room, and I wanted to be able to be out and help the staff members when they had issues that come up, be able to interact with the parents and try to empathize with them when maybe I'd gone through something similar with one of my own kids in my life. I was so excited to get my very first job and have felt so lucky ever since then, particularly being in Rockwood with the resources and support we have and the fantastic colleagues. I have learned so much from my principal colleagues on a daily basis, and being a principal to me is just one of the best jobs ever.
Thank you, President Bidjet.
Board comments? If not, I have one. So I received my mail today, and I opened a letter from MSBA, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it, but the first line is, Dear Lynn Midget and Curtis Kane, the Missouri School Board Association is pleased to announce that Janet I can never say her last name, Sadowski, is one of the first to have completed the initial level of MSBA's new Board Secretary Academy. So, to do this, She was required to serve as board secretary for your district in good standing for at least one school year. Yeah, I got that covered. Complete at least 10 eligible training hours. Join the MSBA Board Secretary listserv and observe board meetings from at least 3 other school districts. She did all that, and yeah, we're very proud of her. She does a great job. She keeps us all doing what we need to be doing, including this guy. And we're so proud of you, and thank you.
This doesn't
Congratulations.
surprise me. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. She's really great. Oh, yeah. I mean, we all know the value that Janet brings to us.
We all know who runs the district.
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah. And how many different superintendents have you? Don't answer that question. All right, moving on to 7.01, and the motion is to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
Some.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd just like to make one comment.
Yeah, absolutely, talk to us.
I'd like to talk to you about the public gifts for tonight. We have 3 very generous ones. Bowles Elementary PTO, we're helping to sponsor some student field trips, and we appreciate their support of our student learning as they go out into hands-on experiences. And then we also have an anonymous one from Lafayette High School to help support their art department in the development of some of their programs, including film, paper, enlargers, and other things that help to, again, the student learning hands-on experiences with their theater. And I really want to give a shout out to the EHS class of 1974. Was that you? Were you in that group? No? I didn't think so. We love our alumni. And it's refreshing to know that they love us too, because they made a very generous donation to make for park benches at the Eureka High School field across their campus. And they also made a very generous donation to their National Honor Society. So just a big shout out to those alumni. Thank you for thinking of Rockwood. We're so glad that you appreciate us, because we appreciate them.
8.01. Do we vote?
Not yet.
Yes. All in favor, please signify by yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Next is 8.01, National School Lunch Week Proclamation. We will start with our motion for this, and then we'll have hear from Carmen, and Bob will read the proclamation. So the motion is to approve the proclamation designating October 14th through the 18th, 2024 as National School Lunch Week.
So moved.
Discussion. Carmen?
Good evening. We will celebrate the National School Lunch Week from October 14th through the 18th to recognize the National School Lunch Program, which we serve nearly 7,000 students each day in Rockwood. Last year, we served over 1.3 million lunches to our students. The fun and creative campaign theme, School Lunch Pirates, Find Your Treasure, highlights the importance of healthy school lunch to students' success in both in and out of the classroom. The National School Lunch Program offers students fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, low-fat milk with every school lunch. Updated federal nutrition standards also ensure these meals are within age-appropriate calorie guidelines and limit both unhealthy fats and sodium. The National School Lunch Week helps us educate parents and students about all the wonderful benefits of our lunch program. This school year, we are highlighting a vegetable each month and taste testing those items with our students. In September, we offered zucchini, which we roasted. I was up at Pond that day that they sampled the items, and probably a 4th or 5th grader came through the line, and we were trying to convince them to select take a little sample of the zucchini. He wasn't interested, but some of his friends took some zucchini, and a little bit later he came back up and asked if he could have a sample. So we're hoping through positive peer pressure we can get some kiddos to try some new vegetables. In October, we're featuring kale. Last week, we offered a cranberry apple kale salad with raspberry vinaigrette and an Italian kale salad this week. And those that have leftover kale will be trying some kale chips out. November, we'll try cauliflower. We'll roast it and for the elementary kids. And then for the secondary, we'll have roasted buffalo cauliflower. So in December, it'll be sweet potatoes. I'm not sure what recipes Katie, our dietitian, has ready to put on the menu, but I'm sure it'll be good. We're also bringing in fresh local produce this year as well. We're buying watermelon from Three Girls in a Tractor in Marthasville, Missouri, and then Tony White with Tony Tomato. Also, we're purchasing watermelon from him and Bib Lettuce heirloom cherry tomatoes, so we're excited to offer those products. The federally funded National School Lunch Program has been fueling students for success for 77 years. Students can enjoy the convenience of a healthier school lunch just for $3.60 for elementary and $3.80 for secondary, while some students may qualify for free and reduced meals. So please join us anytime for lunch at any school.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have a suggestion.
Uh-huh.
And we've talked about this on the board before, is we would love to come and spend some time in a kitchen, or I know we probably can't go back there, but I mean.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Oh, all right. Or have lunch, or just explore the different opportunities out there, the different cafeterias, just kind of be part.
I'd love that.
So
That would
let's work on that.
fantastic.
So, okay.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Hey, Bob, we'll read the proclamation.
Certainly. National School Lunch Week official proclamation. Whereas the National School Lunch Program has served our nation admirably for 78 years through advanced practices in nutritional education, and whereas the National School Lunch Program is dedicated to the health and academic achievement of our nation's children, and whereas recent research shows students are receiving their healthiest meals at school, and there is evidence of the continued need for nutritional education and the awareness of the value of school nutritional programs. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Education of the Rockwood School District, do hereby proclaim the week of October 14th through the 18th, 2024, as National School Lunch Week, and we encourage all residents to become aware of the benefits of the National School Lunch Program and support good nutrition habits for their children in the hope of achieving a more healthy citizenry for today and the future.
All those in favor, please signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Next is the National Anti-Bullying Month proclamation, and Dr. Cassandra Scruggs is going to join us.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm hungry. I don't know about you all, but that sounded really good.
Okay, so first we'll start with a motion to approve that the Board of Education proclaim the month of October 2024 as Anti-Bullying Month in the Rockwood School District.
So moved.
Second. Discussion.
I do want to say that as we started about anti-bullying, that Janet does not like attention, so there might be a little bit of bullying. I'm sorry about that, Janet. We'll take care of that next time.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good. Move on. We are really pleased in the Educational Equity and Access Department to be ambassadors for anti-bullying. As a child, I think most of us probably experienced some form of bullying, and even as adults. And so it is our honor to be able to create programs and opportunities for our district to promote anti-bullying. So I brought a few things in my anti-bullying bag, just named it that today. It really is not that, but we'll use it today as an anti-bullying bag. One of the things that our department creates is this poster that we send to every single school, and it celebrates all the different holidays. We are in the belief that once you know about different people and their cultures and things they do, the less likely you are going to bully, because you're going to have information and maybe some empathy will build, and it gives an opportunity to have conversations around it. It also is a gentle reminder to our staff that we should make sure that we're honoring and celebrating these holidays and at least supporting, especially for those students that fast and may not have the energy to participate in certain types of activities. Just a reminder to our schools, because those children can get bullied when they can't participate in the things that they normally would. Another thing that we do in our district, in our department, is that we have a REEAD, which is read, EEAD, a little twist on words there, letters, where we go and read. The schools will let us know what to read about, and several schools have picked stories about other different cultures, different backgrounds, and anti-bullying. So we take the opportunity to do that, to go into read to elementary schools. We have our EEA We Find a Way grant, and we use this in all types of ways. But one of our favorite ways is, again, to promote love, empathy, and belonging, and a sense of dignity. And one of our recent recipients of the EEA grant was at Rockwood Middle School, Katie Murphy. She teaches students that have some physical and disabilities that cannot get around, move necessarily in a way that a child that is able-bodied can. When we gave her the grant, it was so that she could buy PE toys that are adaptive. So their students can play with the balls and in the mitts and catch and do hopscotch and those things in a way that works with their skills and ability. Because you know, when you don't and you can't quite keep up, people could bully you for that, whether they snicker, stare, or whatever. And so getting her this equipment allowed her to have a space for her kids to build confidence. And then, although some of them are nonverbal, they made us these picture thank you notes. I'm going to pass them around. We will like them back. But there's these picture thank you notes for us, thanking us for the equipment because they just didn't have it before. So a part of our department having this EEA We Find a Way grant comes out of our budget, and we just love giving opportunities back for our students and our staff, and that's just one of the ways, and it falls into the anti-bullying. You know by now that we are doing the Dignity and Belonging with John Chronopoulos. This is just one of the books. All of our schools would have gone through it by the end of the year. Last year at this time we had 6 schools going through it. Now we have 13 schools going through it at one time. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so we are doubling up our efforts, but it's extremely important because all of us, children and adults, need to have a sense of belonging and dignity, and we are striving for that in the Rockwood School District. As a matter of fact, we will not accept anything less. That's a part of it because adults, as I said, can be bullied as well. Speaking of that, I was fortunate to be able to be certified in conflict resolution and mediation. And again, another way to teach staff and each other to speak to each other respectfully, work through our differences respectfully, understand that we will have differences, but we can do it in a kind way, in a supportive way. So another way that our department is giving back into anti-bullying, because if our children, if our staff feels welcome, it's going to permeate down to our students as well. This year, we were able to team up with Sneakers for Soul. And Sneakers for Soul, they came to the Meet Me in St. Louis event, if you were there, and they were able to provide for some of our students that met the criteria free, brand new shoes. I mean, look at these shoes. These are stylish shoes. Yeah. We know that there are children that sometimes are bullied because they may not be able to afford their families the newest shoes, the greatest, or even shoes that don't have holes in them. So by providing our students with free, brand new shoes, another way to keep them feeling confident and also kind of swaying off a little bit of that bullying that may come because of that. And then, of course, our character education with our puppets. We're bringing in 2 new puppets. We do have this is not Dr. Kane, this is our Superman puppet that we're going to be talking about superpowers of being kind to one another. We will introduce that script sometime this year. Thank you for those of you that came out last year to participate. Please come again. We could always use those puppet hands. And then we have our construction workers. We have a lot of construction going on now that we've passed our amendment and our bond, and so we're so excited about that we have our Mr. Construction Worker. So we have these 2 new puppets joining our team this year. We're really excited to continue to share. It's been a joy to be out there with our students and just to teach them through another means of how to take care of each other and love on each other. And just bullying is not going to be in Rockwood. We're going to fight against it every step of the way in fun ways, creative ways, and educational ways as well. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any questions?
I just like to make a comment that, particularly in today's political environment outside of Rockwood, it's even more important to have programs like what you're leading across the district. I think somebody on the board made a comment last year, I think when you presented to us, that whether it's an adult or a student, as soon as their foot hits the pavement of our parking lot, they're ours, and they need to be treated equally and fairly. And I think that's a great sentiment, because that's how we need to treat Rockwood and each other in Rockwood. So thank you for all you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Director?
Thank you for the props.
Director Lockhart?
So, anti-bullying proclamation. Whereas bullying is physical, verbal, sexual, or emotional harm or intimidation intentionally directed at a person or a group of people, and whereas bullying occurs in neighborhoods, playgrounds, schools, and through technology such as the internet and cell phones, and whereas various researchers have concluded that bullying is the most common form of violence affecting millions of American children and adolescents annually, and whereas thousands of children and adolescents are affected by bullying annually, and whereas targets of bullying are more likely to acquire physical, emotional, and learning problems, and students who are repeatedly bullied often fear such activities as riding the bus, going to school, and attending community activities. And whereas children who bully are at greater risk of engaging in more serious violent behaviors. And whereas children who witness bullying often feel less secure, more fearful, and intimidated. And therefore be it resolved, we, the Rockwood School District Board of Education, do hereby proclaim the month of October as National Bullying Prevention Month.
I'll repeat the motion, and that is to approve the Board of Education, to approve that the Board of Education proclaim the month of October 2024 as Anti-Bullying Month in the Rockwood School District. All in favor, please signify by yes.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Thank you very much. And thank you for bringing all of your fun things.
We hope you'll join us. Would you like us to send you out the sign-up sheet again when we do our puppet shows?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right, absolutely.
We better watch out, or we're going to have a board puppeteer.
Make that happen.
Next, we will have a transportation update. I think Cindy Boyes and Mike Heyman will be joining us. This is information only. No motion. Yay.
Thank you. Oh, my clicker, yes. First off, I'd like to thank the board and Dr. Kane for having the opportunity to come up and give you a little bit of information about the Transportation Department. The 24-25 Transportation Update. Some fun facts that I'm going to go over with you. Rockwood School District has an award-winning fleet, and I think that's something we are very proud of. One of the reasons why back in 2016 that we wanted to bring transportation in-house was to have just this type of reputation, and we've lived up to that. Inspections, 100% for the second time in 8 years. We are the largest and the second largest school district with the bus fleet to get that honor. Fleet refresh cycle will begin in the summer of 2025 with an additional 20 AC buses, bringing the total in the fleet to 76. We currently run 93 routes, and we're almost to where every route is in an air-conditioned bus. Fenton Lot construction was completed in August 26th of 2024. The Wildwood bus lot was completed last November. Now, I did a presentation in October, so I wasn't able to talk about it a whole lot, but I will tonight. Stop arm extensions. The stop arm extensions are something that we've looked into, and I think it's going to be a huge asset to the safety of our fleet and while they're on the streets. And I have a staffing update. It's working. Excellence in maintenance. This slide here I like to boast about, because when you compare things and we talk about how good Rockwood is the top 3, and we are religiously 12.5% to 13% above the state average on state inspections, and that's huge. I think that our team does an excellent job keeping our fleet and our white fleet as safe as possible. These are the gentlemen to thank for this. My shop manager, Kevin Westhoff, Mike Davidson, Dustin, Kurt Ripa, and Damon Hiley. They are responsible for keeping over 240 vehicles on the road safe and sound. They do a fantastic job. Dedication to maintaining the safest fleet possible. Moving forward with implementation of a fleet refresh cycle beginning the summer of 2025. Back in 1932, we purchased our first two school buses. I think the one on the left doesn't even have windows. I think we mothballed them a few years ago. To today with 142 buses in our 2024 fleet. The new Fenton bus lot. This is a little gem, to say the very least. The building boasts about just a little under 1,200 square feet. It has 2 offices where our trip coordinator for the district and our Fenton lot manager resides. We also have a small conference room along with the driver's lounge and a driver break room. It's a beautiful facility. I think probably the biggest improvement is the fact that the drivers don't walk on gravel anymore. They have a nice asphalt lot, and they are very appreciative of that. The lot is fully fenced and has 2 automatic doors or gates for allowing you to enter and leave the lot for safety and security reasons. The Wildwood bus lot was completed in November of 2023. To the left, you'll see is a picture of part of our dispatch system, but one thing I think is a really neat addition is the 75-inch screen that we can see every bus in our district live each day in morning as they move throughout the district. If we want to key in on a certain route, we can just key in that route number and it'll just be that route on the screen. This provides us with information. If there's a problem, we can detour a driver with accurate street information, makes the second right to get around where you're going, if that makes sense. It's a great tool. And you'll see here our pavilion area. It's a nice area for drivers to sit and relax after their morning routes on a nice day. We do have barbecues in that planned for the future in that area. The Wildwood bus lot. It's a new and fresh, comfortable driver's lounge. Okay, we have some comfortable seating here. We have, you can see we have tables and we have a small cafeteria type of setting, microwave, toaster ovens, vending machines. The drivers really can kick back and relax after a morning run and before their afternoon runs. Talked about the stop arm gates. There are 1/3 of all Missouri school bus drivers report at least 1 violation each day. Think about it. Most of our violations that occur in the Rockwood school districts are Highway 109, Clayton Road, Highway FF, Wild Horse, Kerrs Mill, New Baldwin, Wilson Road, just to name a few. There are 10 children killed each year by illegally passing motorists. Stop arm extenders have shown to reduce illegal bus passing by 95%. We've been very fortunate not to have a serious incident, and we are going to be purchasing these for each of our buses. This stop arm, it is bright. It flashes and it's bright. It extends 48 inches out from the stop arm themselves. And not only is it a visual, but it's also a deterrent that comes out into their lane, which would deter them from passing our buses. I'm really looking forward to these being installed. We do have some neighboring districts that have them, and they said that they have been very effective. Staffing update. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Proposition 3 funds will provide this?
Right, we're paying for those stop arms with Prop 3 funds, safety and security.
Absolutely. Staffing update, I think I went too far. Okay, we are currently running 93 routes, and we run 6 early childhood routes a day, so that would require 99 drivers. We have just 99 drivers. We have 0 sub-drivers at the current time. We do have 2 drivers that will be starting next week, brand new retrains, but we're scratched as far as that goes. We are consistently trying to get drivers in here. So I ask that if you know anyone that's interested, please send them our way. We have a great certified training staff. Our drivers will welcome them and embrace them to our team. and the district needs it. We need it bad. At the end of the 2023-24 school year, we did have 96 drivers, so we did pick up 3 over the summer, but we'll still need more. We have been very successful with training coaches to help us with our activities. We currently have 14 dedicated trip drivers, which assist enormously, and 11 of them are coaches. So that's something that I'm very proud of, that the ADs have stepped up and gotten us coaches, and we've trained them to help assist get our teams to where they need to go. That's all I have. Is there any questions?
I do have a couple questions. One is,
Yes.
and it's not just on the highways. We had an incident in my neighborhood in Fenton that somebody passed a school bus on the hill, and you know what Avalon Hills Drive is like.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yes,
insane. So the arms are really going to be helpful in that.
I think so too.
Yeah, I noticed I was following a Parkway bus the other day. They turn sideways when they stop. Now, is that to deter people from?
Yeah, drivers do that. Some drivers do it. It's not a prescribed method.
Okay.
It really isn't.
Is the arm going to solve that problem
The
in a more
arm will
effective way?
extend into that oncoming lane.
Got
So
it.
that would be the deterrent. As with all safe driving, you need to maintain your lane.
Yeah. Good. I suspected when you were giving that report that that's what it would do. just to be
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
I noticed on the Fenton lot, there isn't a external cover roof for their outside area. Is there a reason why we didn't do that for them?
Well, there's not. We do have umbrellas. We have 3 picnic tables there, and we have umbrellas coming for those
Okay.
tables.
Okay.
We had some mounts for the bottoms, but they didn't fit right, so we had to reorder them. But yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we were being
Absolutely.
kind to those Fenton drivers. too.
And the walkways going up to the building, those are temporary. We have walkways being built that have covers, awnings over them, going into both entrances. Absolutely.
So actually, we did talk to the drivers. They, we have 14 drivers down in Fenton.
14?
Yeah. So they got together and they picked the color for the umbrellas. That's what they chose to have. So we could eventually put an awning or something over that, but that's what we have for now.
Absolutely. I don't know if you noticed, but we have the yellow school bus doors on the building too.
They also picked that color.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
So how many more routes are we still missing? So I know that we still have the 1 mile.
We're approximate to a mile, right?
Okay.
It all depends how far back you want to go. We are 56 routes shy from where we were in 2020.
56.
We are 82 drivers shy of where we were in 2020.
You said 82?
82 drivers shy. Yeah, we've had to reduce.
The arms are going on every single bus, not just high-traffic buses like our neighboring districts.
That is correct.
Great, that's great to hear. And the other thing is, I'm going along the lines with Lynn, I thoroughly enjoyed my bus ride. So if you would like to do that again, it was a lot of fun. I'm sure there's some other board members that might like to join the trip. It was really fun.
Absolutely.
So maybe the spring,
Okay.
not winter time.
Absolutely. We'll draw you up a different route this time. How's
Yeah, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Have an opportunity to ride in a different area, yeah.
If I could,
Yes, sir.
curiosity question here. So I know obviously you do the kids in and the kids home. Do you also support any of the extracurricular activities through your department?
We do. We have a couple different nights that the schools opt. Some are Monday, Wednesdays, some are Tuesday, Thursdays. Both high school and middle schools. We have activity buses that run.
Okay, well, like what about like the kids when they do the sports? Is that supported by?
We don't provide after-school sports activities buses. Those buses would run probably around 6 o'clock in the evening. I know Vic does for the kids in St. Louis. We don't run those. We haven't the whole time I've been in the district, last 12 years.
And just a generic comment, if I could, quite a few years ago, I won't tell you how long, I ran an Army motor pool of just 59 vehicles, and I know how hard it was to get 100% on a IG inspection. So with 142 vehicles, my hat's off to you, sir. That's outstanding.
Thank you. My guys deserve all the credit for that. They do an excellent job. Excellent job. we've got a good program.
They do, and thank you so much, and we will be spreading the word, trying to
Thank you
recruit
very
drivers.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Just saying I recruited someone this year.
I
Yes.
tried, I thought I had two going your way, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Nine 9.01, proposed agenda for the October 24th, 2024 Board of Education meeting. There it is. We'll be back here, same room, same time. And of course, we have future agenda presentations and events to attend. Check your calendar. It's a busy schedule, and Janet just keeps putting stuff on there, but I'm happy to see people are using it, and it's great, so make sure that you get in there and
Janet, I have a
Click
question because my first year was completely overwhelmed with the invitations for Veterans Day. Do you have a stack that you're waiting on, or have you been letting us know? I feel like we've only had a couple, which is unusual because it seemed like almost every school we were invited to them.
Last year I did the chart, which I'll be sending out again this year. I've only gotten probably 15 schools because some of them are still working out the details. So probably next week there'll be more, and they're going to be, there'll be a couple days at the end of the week before that some of the schools are doing it, not all on the 11th. So, but next week you'll probably get loaded up with them.
so the chart I thought worked out well last year. Right, so I'll make sure we can get to as many of those as possible. All right. And we're at 10.01, adjourned. There you go.
Hey, Colleen.